My hands trembled as I gripped the steering wheel of my brand new Tesla Model Y, glacier blue, premium interior, everything I dreamed about for 5 years. And my father had just handed the spare key to my sister, like it was his to give. "Emma, don't be dramatic," Dad's voice cut through my shock. "Rachel needs reliable transportation for job interviews. You work from home most days anyway." I stared at him across the restaurant table. This was supposed to be a celebration dinner. I'd invited my family to share my joy after finally being able to afford the car I'd saved for since college. Instead, 30 minutes in, my father was redistributing my property like some kind of dictator. "Dad, I just bought this car yesterday. Rachel can't." "Can't what?" My sister's voice dripped with that familiar wounded tone she'd perfected over 32 years. "Can't be trusted?" "I'm your sister, Em. I thought family helped each other." Her 2 kids were already outside, pressing their faces against my car windows. My car. The one I'd worked 60-hour weeks to afford. The one I'd skipped vacations and living room furniture to buy. "I need this for my interviews," Rachel continued. "My Honda's transmission is shot. You know I'm trying to get back on my feet after the divorce. Then take an Uber. Or fix your Honda. This is my car." Dad's face hardened, the look that used to make me apologize for having opinions. "Don't be selfish. We helped you through college. The least you can do is help your sister when she needs it." My stomach twisted. Here it was, the guilt card. The one they'd played my entire life. "I paid for college myself," I said quietly. "You know I did. Student loans. I just finished paying them off last year. We gave you a place to live." Dad's voice rose slightly. Other diners glanced our way. "We fed you, clothed you. You owe this family, Emma." Rachel reached across the table, her hand landing on mine. "Just during the week, Em. I promise I'll take good care of it. I already installed Lily's car seat." "You what?" "Just in the back seat. It's perfectly safe. The kids are so excited to ride in Aunt Emma's fancy car." My vision actually blurred. She'd already installed a car seat. In my car. The car I'd owned for exactly 26 hours. "When did you install a car seat in my car?" Rachel's eyes darted to Dad. "Just for a second. But I saw it. This morning," she admitted. "Dad said it would be fine. We came early to surprise you." The pieces clicked together with sickening clarity. The key Dad was holding wasn't a key he'd just been handed. It was a spare he'd already had made. "Dad, did you have a spare key made to my car without asking me?" Silence. Heavy and damning. "You're being unreasonable," he finally said. "I'm your father. You gave me your key to lock up the garage last night at Mom's house, remember?" I was being helpful. Helpful. He'd stolen my key long enough to duplicate it, plotted with my sister, and ambushed me at what was supposed to be my celebration dinner. I stood up. My chair scraped loudly against the floor. "Emma, sit down," Dad commanded. "You're making a scene. I'm leaving. You can't just watch me." I walked out. My hands were shaking so hard I could barely unlock the driver's door. Through the window, I could see Lily's car seat strapped into the back, pink and purple, already claimed. I drove to my best friend Sarah's apartment. She took one look at my face and handed me wine before I even spoke. "They tried to take your car? The car you just bought?" "Not tried. Did." I showed her the photos I'd snapped. The car seat, the McDonald's wrappers in the cup holder, the small scratch on the rear bumper that definitely hadn't been there yesterday. "Rachel's been driving it already." Sarah's face went hard. "You're calling the police." "It's my family, which is why you're calling the police. And a lawyer. And you're selling that car tomorrow." I laughed. It came out slightly hysterical. "I just bought it. And your dad just stole a key to it." "Emma, this isn't borrowing. This is theft. This is planning and conspiracy to steal your property." She was right. God, she was right. That night, I barely slept. My phone exploded with messages. Dad demanding I stop being childish. Rachel crying about how I was abandoning family in their time of need. Even my mother, who'd stayed quiet at dinner, sent a long text about how I'd embarrassed Dad in public and how could I be so cold to my own sister who was struggling. None of them asked if I was okay. None of them apologized. They just wanted me to comply. At 3 a.m, I found the texts. I was scrolling through my phone, unable to sleep, when I opened an old message thread with Dad. Above our recent conversations was a thread I'd missed because he'd archived it. From 3 weeks ago. Dad to Rachel, Emma's getting that Tesla next month. Once she has it, we'll make the switch. Tell her yours broke down completely. Rachel to Dad. What if she says no? Dad to Rachel. She won't. I'll handle it. Get the car seat ready. Rachel to Dad. You're the best. Lily and James are going to love having a nice car for once. I screenshot everything. My hands were steady now. The shock had burned away, leaving something colder, clearer. At 7 a.m., I called Marcus, a lawyer Sarah had recommended. By 8, I had an appointment. By 9, I was sitting in his office, showing him everything. This is pretty clear-cut, Marcus said, scanning the texts. Unauthorized key duplication, conspiracy to commit theft, possibly elder abuse given the financial manipulation angle. Though you're not elderly, can I just get a restraining order? You can. You should also file a police report. Create a paper trail. And Miss Chen, I have to ask, do you still want this car? I thought about Lily's car seat. About Rachel's assumption that my things were hers. About Dad's face when he'd called me selfish. No, I said. I want to sell it. Today? Today. Marcus made a call. By noon, I was at a Tesla dealership. The manager, a sharp woman named Patricia, listened to my situation and nodded grimly. We see this more than you'd think. Family entitlement issues. I can give you a fair buyback price, but you'll lose some money. I don't care. She quoted a number. I'd lose $4,000. I signed immediately. What are you going to do now? Patricia asked as we processed the paperwork. Buy something different. Park it somewhere they can't find it. She smiled. I like your style. Can I make a suggestion? 20 minutes later, I drove off the lot in a certified pre-owned Audi A4, graphite gray, subtle, nothing like the flashy blue Tesla, and most importantly, registered to Sarah's address. I parked it in Sarah's garage and took an Uber home. My apartment felt different, lighter, somehow. Then my phone rang. Dad, Emma Marie Chen, what the hell did you do? Hi, Dad. Rachel just went to pick up your car from your apartment and it's gone. Where is it? I sold it. Silence. Long and shocked. You sold it? His voice climbed. You sold a car you just bought? Yes. That's insane. That's Rachel was counting on that car. She has job interviews this week. She can take her Honda. Or fix it. Or take an Uber. That's not my problem. Not your problem? She's your sister. And it was my car. That you tried to steal. Steal? I didn't steal anything. I was helping facilitate family cooperation. I laughed. Actually laughed. Is that what you call making a spare key without permission and planning with Rachel for 3 weeks to take my car? Another silence. Colder this time. You went through my phone. No, I went through my phone, where you left text messages. Funny how that works. Emma, you need to buy that car back right now. No. This is ridiculous. You're being a spoiled brat. After everything we've done for you. You keep saying that. Everything we've done. Let's talk about that. You fed me and housed me until I was 18. That's called being a parent. That's the legal minimum. I paid for my own college. I have the loan statements to prove it. I paid for my own car, my own apartment, my own everything since I graduated. We gave you a place to live when you visited. I stayed there twice last year, Dad, and I brought groceries both times. His breathing was heavy on the line. This is about money. This has always been about money with you. You get a good job and suddenly you're too good for your family. This is about respect, which you've never shown me. I'm your father. Then act like it. I hung up. My hands were shaking again, but not with fear this time, with something that felt like freedom. The messages came in waves. Rachel sobbing that I'd ruined her chances at employment. Mom calling me cruel. Even my aunt texted, saying I was tearing the family apart over a car. I blocked them all. Every single one. Sarah came home that evening to find me on her couch, laptop open. What are you doing? Creating a family group chat on Messenger. With everyone. Aunts, uncles, cousins, everyone. Emma. I posted the screenshots. Every text. The 3-week planning. Dad's I'll handle it. Rachel's excitement about having a nice car for once. Then I posted the car seat photo. the scratch photo, the timeline. And I wrote, "For everyone asking why I abandoned my sister and embarrassed my father, here's the full story. My father made an unauthorized copy of my car key and conspired with my sister to take my car without permission. When I refused, I was called selfish. So I sold the car. I will not be lending, giving, or providing vehicles to anyone in this family. This topic is closed." I posted the loan statements too, every payment I'd made for college, 5 years worth. Here are the receipts showing I paid for my own education, since apparently there's confusion about who owes whom. Sarah read over my shoulder. "You're going nuclear." They already went nuclear. I'm just defending myself with facts. The responses came fast. My uncle. "Jesus Christ, David, what were you thinking?" My cousin. "This is messed up." My aunt on mom's side. "Emma, I'm so sorry, I didn't know." Radio silence from Dad and Rachel. Then, an hour later, Rachel posted, "My sister is lying. I never said those things. She's manipulating screenshots." I replied with the link to the court documents Marcus had filed that afternoon. Police report for unauthorized key duplication. Civil demand letter for the cost of repairing the scratch and cleaning the car. These are public record. Anyone can verify them. Rachel deleted her comment, then deleted herself from the group chat. Dad posted once, "This is a private family matter and doesn't belong on social media." My cousin replied, "You made it everyone's business when you told us all Emma was being selfish. Now we know the truth." Dad left the group chat too. My mother sent me one private message. "I hope you're happy. Your father is humiliated. Your sister is crying. The family thinks we're thieves." I replied, "You are thieves. You just didn't expect consequences." She blocked me. The next morning, I woke up in Sarah's guest room feeling strange, light, like I'd been carrying something heavy for years and finally set it down. Marcus called at 9. "The police report is filed. Your father could face charges if he uses that key again. I've also sent a cease and desist to both your father and sister. They're not to contact you, come to your residence, or interfere with your property." Will they actually face charges? Depends if they push it. "But Emma, I have to tell you, your sister's ex-husband called my office this morning." My stomach dropped. "Rachel's ex? Why?" "He's in a custody battle with her. Apparently your screenshots prove a pattern of entitled behavior and poor judgment he's been trying to document for months. He asked if you'd be willing to provide a statement." I thought about Lily and James. About Rachel using them as props in her car seat guilt trip. "Yes," I said. "I'll provide a statement. You know this will make things worse with your family." "I don't have a family anymore. I have relatives who tried to rob me." 3 days later, I met Sarah for coffee near her office. I'd been staying at her place, working remotely, avoiding my apartment in case Dad showed up. "You need to see this," Sarah said, sliding her phone across the table. It was a Facebook post from one of Dad's friends. A long post about entitled millennials and ungrateful children and how family should come first. The comments were interesting though. Someone had replied, "David, I saw the screenshots Emma posted. You tried to steal her car. That's not family values. That's theft." Another, "My daughter did this to me once. Thought because I was her mother I could use her credit cards. She called the police. Best thing she ever did. Taught me boundaries." Someone else, "This isn't about the car. It's about respect. Emma deserves respect." Dad had replied to none of them. The post was 3 days old. "He's losing the narrative," Sarah observed. "Your truth is louder than his manipulation." My phone buzzed. Unknown number. "Hello? Emma? It's Mark, Rachel's ex." I stepped outside. "Hi. I just wanted to thank you. The statement you provided, combined with the evidence you collected, the judge granted me primary custody this morning. Rachel gets supervised visitation." My hand flew to my mouth. Oh my God. The judge said anyone willing to plan the theft of a family member's vehicle and involve their children in the scheme shows a fundamental lack of judgment. Your evidence was the tipping point. Are the kids okay? They're confused, but they're safe. And Emma, thank you. Rachel's been using them as manipulation tools for years. You probably saved them from worse. After he hung up, I sat on the bench outside the coffee shop and cried. Not sad tears. Release tears. Sarah found me there. You okay? Rachel lost custody. Because of what I documented. Good. Those kids deserve better. My mother's going to blame me. Your mother was complicit in trying to steal your car. Her opinion doesn't matter anymore. She was right. It didn't. I moved back into my apartment the next week, changed the locks, installed a Ring doorbell. Marcus assured me the restraining order was solid. Dad tried once. Showed up at my apartment on a Tuesday evening. The Ring camera caught everything. Emma, let me in. We need to talk. There's a restraining order. You need to leave. I'm your father. You can't just cut me out. I can. And I am. Leave or I call the police. He left. I called them anyway. Report filed. Violation documented. He hasn't come back. 2 months later, I'm sitting in my Audi in Sarah's driveway, waiting for her to finish getting ready for dinner. My phone is peaceful. No family drama. No guilt trips. No demands. My cousin Jessica texted yesterday. Family reunion is next month. You should come. Dad uninvited David and Rachel. Said they needed to reflect on their choices. I might go. Might not. Either way, it's my choice now. The Tesla is long gone. The $4,000 I lost selling it was the best money I ever spent. It bought me something more valuable than a car. It bought me freedom from people who saw me as a resource instead of a person. My phone buzzes. Marcus. Emma, your father's attorney called. He wants to settle the civil suit for the scratch and cleaning costs. Full amount plus your legal fees. He's admitting fault? In writing. Probably trying to avoid the criminal charges gaining traction. The DA's office has been reviewing the case. I lean back in the driver's seat. Through the windshield, I can see Sarah's living room light, warm and safe. My friend, my real family. Accept the settlement, I tell Marcus. On one condition. He has to destroy that spare key on video and send me proof. Done. That evening, the video arrives. Dad, stone-faced, cutting my old Tesla key in half with bolt cutters. No apology, just compliance. I delete it immediately. I don't need to watch it again. Some people say I overreacted. That I should have just talked to my family. Set gentler boundaries, given them chances. Those people didn't spend 28 years being told their purpose was to serve others, didn't have their achievements minimized and their possessions redistributed, didn't watch their sister get everything handed to her while they worked for scraps. I didn't overreact. I protected myself. And sometimes, that looks like selling a car you love to prove a point. Sometimes it looks like police reports and lawyers and public screenshots. Sometimes protecting yourself looks like burning down the bridge so thoroughly that no one can cross back over. The Audi purrs quietly. Sarah finally emerges, laughing about something on her phone. Ready? She asks. Ready. We drive to dinner. The night is clear. The road is mine. And for the first time in my life, no one's in the back seat telling me where to go.